As an affinity space, the Overwatch subreddit r Overwatch is easy to understand and navigate. R Overwatch has a few main types of posts that people tend to submit: highlight videos of their gameplay, memes or inside jokes, and art. The subreddit actually tags these posts as highlights, humor, and content that you can see on this side. So we have highlight, consoles, humor, esports, fan content, news, and discussions, and you can turn these on and off depending on how interested you are at the topic. So for those who are unfamiliar with Reddit, the website is split up into different subreddits that you would normally see here at the top. And these are all user-created sections based on different topics. And there's anything from video games to specific subreddits about cats with their feet curled. And each subreddit has a filter and will have moderators who uphold the rules of the subreddit and filter out spam. Anyone is free to post on any of these subreddits and follow any of these subreddits as long as you play by their rules. And your homepage on Reddit is a collaboration of all of the subreddits that you follow, while the front page, this one that we see here, where it just says best, is all of the best content on Reddit for the day. So the Overwatch subreddit is an affinity space for the video game Overwatch, which is a first-person competitive team shooter released a few years ago. And I played the game since it came out in beta and have played for a few hours every week since. I've clocked over 2,500 hours in the game, so I wanted to look at the subreddit, what they were up to. I've also used Reddit on and off for about 5 years, only recently getting into posting original content. And Gian Hayes wrote about 14 features of affinity spaces, and number one was that an affinity space is a common endeavor for which at least many people that have a passion is primary. And while that is a little bit confusing to read and understand, it basically just says that the entire community is passionate about what they post. And the only bias that Reddit has is that you have to be over 13 to sign up for an account. Our Overwatch itself is not segregated into any one language, and the Overwatch, the game itself, allows individuals to play from all over the world. Gender is hardly ever mentioned, probably for good reasons, as it is an online game, but neither is age, race, or class when posting comments on the subreddit. The most important part of your posts is how well they do their job, whether they are funny or informative. So when you use Reddit, you can use these links here at the side where it says submit content to, obviously, submit your original content. And for the Overwatch subreddit, these are described in link and discussion. Links will allow you to link from other websites such as pictures, videos, all of the actual content that is not a discussion. Discussion is just its own section. And the way that most people interact with this subreddit is through comments. So I click underneath one of the posts, and here you can see comments. And hundreds of users are able to come in here and comment on their videos. So these first ones, the ones here at the far left, are original content comments that are not replying to anything but are instead replying to the original post. The ones you see underneath it are replies to that comment. And every comment then gets points, which Reddit normally calls upvotes, but every subreddit is able to distinguish how they want that to go. And one of my favorite things here on the Overwatch subreddit is fan-created content. This is some of the most interesting things to me, as individual users tend to create their own skins, weapons, and characters that are all in the Overwatch style or even 3D animated themselves. And these types of posts show just how dedicated the fanbase is to continuing the evolution of the game itself. And for better exposure, many of these artists also submit a DeviantArt or Patreon page as well. And I just wanted to take a look at this one because this one inspired me very much. This is one of the characters in the game, Lucio, given entirely different skins and entirely different, parts of the skins that are interchangeable depending on which section that they want. And someone just created this out of nowhere for the game. They don't get paid by Blizzard. They don't get paid in the subreddit or anything. And it is just amazing to see the kind of passion that people have. And since this is kind of my most favorite section, I also submitted a piece to the Overwatch subreddit, cross-posted to the Overwatch art subreddit. I created this Overwatch fan art combining two of the characters, one of the characters and just an outfit from one of the other characters, and it got pretty well received. And I then linked to my DeviantArt and my Patreon page so that I might get some more traffic. And back to the Overwatch subreddit itself, the 14th feature from the Guy and Hayes reading says that people get encouragement from an audience and feedback from peers. And everyone can play both roles at different times. And a lot of people harness Overwatch's innate ability to record within the game and upload GIFs and videos of their play. And here's a GIF. Oh, not that one. Here is a GIF that I uploaded of one of the enemy teams pausing by me and saying hello without actually hurting me or anything, which was very nice. And Overwatch natively allows you to record all of these things in 30-second chunks, and it is very easy to upload them to something like Giphy, which is what I used there, so that you can upload it to the Overwatch subreddit itself. And a lot of the Overwatch subreddit users, this is their main form of original content posting, and then they are able to also comment on any post. And during my time in the discussion forums, I learned a lot about how to play different characters. And when Brigitte, the newest healer's Hank character, was released, I was extremely interested in playing her consistently. And the community quickly banded together when all they had was a common interest in this new character. Everyone was focused on the new character's stats. All of the posts with new valuable information was immediately upvoted. And while I didn't take a screenshot then, I did search, using Reddit's search feature, her name on the Overwatch subreddit, and I could still see all of these new posts and all of the posts that I remember reading and taking part of. And figuring out how to use these characters in the game is half of the fun. Who they're good against, who they fail against. It's a very important part of learning how to play the game, whether you're just starting or whether you've been playing for thousands of hours. And Gian Hayes' third feature is that newbies, masters, and everyone else can share a common space. And being able to combine the thoughts and discussion with players who have a wide variety of skills and ideas helped me so much to better myself as a player. And considering I play mostly support characters, when Blizzard, the developer, came out with a massive power down of one of my core characters, Mercy, had more subsequent nerfs. The Overwatch subreddit was very helpful in figuring out the massive changes that occurred to one of the characters that I normally played, and how to tweak my playstyle to adapt it to new abilities. I also could look at older posts and discussions, and while it would be pointless to add comments to any of those threads, the information was still relevant and useful, and Reddit does not actually delete content from subreddits. So I got to see posts like this, which is talking about how Brigitte fits in with competitive, and how she fits into just the meta of the game. And then I was also able to talk about the Mercy nerf, and how it affected the game in general, and how it's affected people who mostly play the support characters, which is what I actually do. And these sorts of comments and things really helped me understand kind of the meta of the game and how Overwatch itself has changed. And also during my time in the subreddit, Blizzard posted a teaser and then the entirety of a new comic focusing on two of the factions in Overwatch and how their leaders interacted. And Overwatch is an interesting outlier because these types of team shooters don't normally focus on story. Instead, you have to seek out the story on the publisher's website or through comics. And in the Jenkins et al. 2006 article reading about affinity spaces and culture, it actually talks about this type of transmedia navigation. Where if I go onto the Overwatch subreddit, if I look at any of these Reddit posts, if I look at all of this stuff, I can actually find the different story bits and pieces from all over the internet. And it's so easy to just open up Reddit and just find this sort of thing. Find this hyper-sociability, as the Jenkins et al. Article called it, where a group exchanges notes and intelligence on a subject for better understanding for the entire group. And there are an enormous amount of affinity spaces, and I'm involved with a lot of them, especially on Reddit. But I'm glad to add the Overwatch subreddit to that list. It helps me keep up with the community and the metagame, even when I'm not actively playing every day. And these affinity spaces allow me to digest and comprehend a multitude of data and feel as though I'm part of a different community, and all sorts of different communities all around the world with thousands of strangers online. And affinity spaces are how the next generation will continue to link the world together. and create a global culture all from the click of a button.